Hello, friends. Good afternoon. Sorry for the late, but I've still got my coffee here. Got a mocha today. Everyone drink up. Sip up, guys. Mmm. It's a foamy mocha. Oh. Everyone in the chat's talking about the thumbnail. Yeah, I've got Sam Brinton's new escapades stuffed away for the articles today. Sorry for the late. The thing is, I did the video covering Sam Brinton already, right? And however, the revelation that he's been stealing suitcases, like going back so fucking far, the not just the first couple of like the last two suitcases that we know about. The fact that he's just been stealing and stealing and stealing them. Like that one woman had her suitcase stolen in 2018. Shows that he's been pathologically stealing women's clothing. And like that's interesting, but it's not worth another full video on the man, you know? It's just not worth it. So I think I'm going to do it in the weekly sip, unless something crazy comes out again. Thanks for turning me to Chud Logic. You're higher in the value hierarchy, though. Thanks, man. Chud's a really good guy. I'm going to have to do something with him soon. So, what should I say about today? Listen, some of you have noticed that now that I got my new, now that I got my Twitter account back, Morbius Devo, here I'll post it in the chat, that I was posting there excessively yesterday. Yes, I was. I should have done more work than I did. Don't worry, it's not Twitter addiction again. It's me having, like, I guess, an impromptu day off. I was supposed to do a bunch of stuff yesterday that I ended up not doing. But honestly, I think I needed to relax a bit. I'm just stretching. Oh, fuck yeah. Delete Burb app. Yeah, I know. You know what? I've had my fun. I've had my great return binge. Now I'm turning myself off of Twitter unless I have to like get news for a story, or I have to like promote a stream or promote a video or something. No more, Dev. You've had your fun. No more. See that cringy NATO post? Oh yeah, fuck, dude. The fucking I think I have that in the links too today. The NATO post where NATO's like, listen, the Ukrainians are like Harry Potter fighting Voldemort. Shut the fuck up. All right? These are people who have like deconstructed nationalism and patriotism to the point that like appeals to country and homeland no longer motivate young men to fight. So now they have to appeal to pop culture. It's like, wow. You guys really screwed the pooch on that one. Trucker video. Yes, I should probably announce this. Trucker video work is actually underway. For real. Here's the situation. It came out last week, I think. Finally, the commission reported to Parliament. A bunch of new information came out with the commission, and that was basically the trigger that I was waiting for to begin work on writing the trucker video. So, now that that's out, it's happening. It's still going to be a while. It's probably going to be like a month until I finally get it all like slapped together and ready to come out. It's going to be a big project, but it is coming. It is finally coming. Yes. Hey, Arch. That's the second point of news that I have to reveal. Arch is a traitor. Guys. Arch, the traitor. So what's going on is Arch has some IRL thing with his job he has to go attend to. He cannot be around tonight. Unless things have changed, Arch. Arch cannot be around tonight to record the watch party for The Last of Us, unfortunately. And I was thinking like maybe we could do it without him this time, because frankly editing 2 episodes in one overnight for one giant video is kind of grueling for me. But Arch cannot go. He has to go IRL and do his things. So we'll have to let Arch go to do his we'll have to give him a break Lilith and Kibbs and I will wait a week, and we'll do 2 episodes next week. Yeah. I remember that, Dev. When I tell you why I'm busy, you're going to feel very bad. Okay, DM it to me. I promised I won't leak it. I'm not V, it's okay. So that's what's going on as well. Also, honestly, Lilith is gonna have a jam-packed day today anyway, because due to real life events with her, she wasn't able to do the Tubcast on Saturday yesterday. She couldn't do the Tubcast, so we had to ram it into Sunday. So Lilith and I did the Tubcast, and then we took a break to eat, and then we did the watch party for The Last of Us. And then by the end of that, she was like, "I'm so fucking dead, dude. I've been going all day." It's like, yeah, fair enough. And basically today, it would have to be the same thing. Lilith couldn't make the Tubcast yesterday. She wants to do it today after the weekly sip. So I'm basically doing 2 streams back to back. Dev just leaked your message. Fuck off. No, I didn't. Get out of here. But basically, what I've got to do. I'm gonna ram to Lilith. What the fuck, you weirdos? Basically, what's happening is if everything had been go for today, I'd be doing the weekly sip, then the Tubcast, then I'd be going to do the shit with Arch and Kibbs and Lilith tonight. And it's like, oh, that's a pretty packed day for me. But with Arch freeing up some time tonight, hopefully it'll be easier on me, and it'll be easier on Lilith. Hold on. Arch is typing. Then Game Boomers. Oh god. Then doing the SFO arcade tonight. Oh fuck. I don't think I have that planned. I don't think I'm doing that. Wow, that's crazy, watching and talking about things. Honestly, the watching and talking is the easy part. It's the editing afterward. Editing one of those watch parties generally takes me about 2 to 3 hours when it's 1 episode. It generally takes me about 4 to 5 hours when it's 2. It's having to watch the same show again after I just watched it is not that fun. I missed 2 super chats. Let's see. Well, listen, Arch can't make it. Dibs in his seat. And House of Has. He went from. I assume this about Brenton. He went from out of the closet to in your mom's closet. Hide your hot mom outfits. Thanks for the super chats, guys. Excuse me, Dev. If I don't watch it, that doesn't count as effort on your part. Actually, yeah. There are some people who say that. There are some people who say, listen, I don't watch SFO Arcade, so that doesn't count as work. And I'm like, well, fuck you. Yes, it does. Just because you don't want to watch the game playthrough doesn't mean it doesn't take time out of my day to do them. Dad, we're supposed to start the stream on time. No. Hey, Halfling. Actually, I should probably mod you as long as you don't abuse it. Add a standard moderator. There we go. Oh man, coffee's good. Especially that afternoon coffee that is kind of forbidden by my girlfriend. Don't tell her. Wait, I have option for. Wait, Alcade P. It really sounds like all the people around here are trying to ghost you. To be honest, Alcade, when I'm feeling particularly insecure, I do think that sometimes. That the people who do like me only like me because I offer them a little bit of clout if they're smaller than me. Or because I'm easy to pick on if they're larger than me. Or I make them look better by hanging around. That's that is an insecure thing that I think sometimes. However, I don't let that mode of thought actually bother my logic. I don't let it change my logic. Because even though there's a chance it might be true, 1, my life's better if I assume that it isn't. And 2, if it is true, the people that I am friends with, no offense to any of them, they can't really hurt me. If it turned, I don't think this is Arch, by the way. Arch seems to be a genuinely good person. But if it turned out that Arch was actually a nefarious actor who has been saving up all of my secrets so that he can blow me the fuck out one day and destroy me, I don't think he could. because I don't really have that much in the way of like really crazy secrets. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty chill. Oh, fuck off, Artemis. $20. $20 right here in Lady Columbia. Where people are even less interested with culture war, even social media. Aside TikTok, all social media engagement 18 to 35 has dropped. Even YouTube. I'm happy about this. People are trying to move past the near decade insanity. Oh yeah, dude. People are like, if people stop watching me because they have real lives and go outside, I'm proud of them. All right, like good for them. Touching grass is like the best antidote to all this nonsense we're all engaged in. Oh, speaking of Artemis, I think Artemis is joining in on an SFO arcade thing in the near future. I don't want to completely spoil it, but a bunch of us are getting together. A bunch of us are getting together. I'm not talking about you at all, Artemis. I mean, I am now, but not the previous conversation. A bunch of us are getting together to like play a game, and I think Artemis is involved. I think. I have to confirm. I have to confirm with Artemis's handlers to make sure that he can be involved. Arch finds your toe fetish collection. No, there's no fucking toe fetish, you weirdos. Dev doesn't creep on women privately. He asks for their dick pics proudly in public, like a true man should. That's right, Giga Chad. Oh, oh. Let me just stretch. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All the GB alumni. No, listen. Most of the people have left my channel because they turned out to be awful. Okay, like Eric and Jordan ended up being like IRL people that I know, IRL people who like stabbed me in the back because they were both leftoids and they wanted to try and destroy my channel because they had an opportunity. They're left-leaning people who knew that I wasn't a leftoid and they knew me in real life and they wanted to fuck with me because they're one shot to fuck with a non-leftist YouTuber because they had privilege by like being to my house. And I had to basically expel them from my fucking life. All right. I've had my fair share of people who can actually hurt me, and people online aren't them. You know, people online. I'm pretty secure. It sounds like I'm insulting people online when I say that. It's kind of weird. Like I am friends with Kibbs and Arch and Lilith and Sargon and V. You know, all good people that I enjoy talking to. But they they don't know enough. Okay, no, they know a lot about me. It's just that I kind of keep my business clean, you know, as the Sam Smith song says. So there's not much to actually reveal about me. Will the Tubcast be dead? No, I'm not gonna dump on Scrump. Mm. Oh man. I am not insecure. Shouting at the top of your voice is not convincing. Am I shouting it? Am I shouting? I mean, I'm pretty open about my vices. You know, everyone knows what types of women I'm into, for example. Um, but no, basically, like I guess what I mean is like things that could ruin me, that you could reveal to the point that like all my subs would leave me and I would get canceled online and like it would haunt me everywhere I went for years. Like what happened to Kraut, what happened to Pro Jared, or whoever else got canceled, you know, whether rightly or not, because in those two cases it was not rightly, but whether rightly or not, you know, for that event to happen to me, they would have to reveal something that is truly extraordinary, and I don't have anything like that in my closet. You know, you could scour through my DMs with Arch and these other people, and you wouldn't find that. You wouldn't find anything that crazy. You know. Mm. Let's see. I like shooting the shit for like 15 or 20 minutes before we get to the news. What else is going on? What else is going on that I have to announce? Because there's other things too. There's at least one more thing that I wanted to announce real quick. One guy sent me a package that I can't that I haven't picked up yet because it has like duties and stuff, and so I have to go down. Usually Naomi checks the PO box, but I gotta go and like pay for it myself, so I gotta go down there and get the package. So I'll probably open that next week. Zoophile forum posts. What the fuck? Okay. No, the Tubcast isn't dead. I don't know why someone in the chat said that, but it's not. No. Oh, hey, Phil, that remains. Thanks for the $10, man. Hi. What's going on, dude? I saw you on a Sargon stream a few weeks ago. That was pretty cool. Hey, Flamenco, what's up? $20 from Rusta. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, now. Hey, Tidge. So in the last Laserpig video, one of the co-hosts of the podcast basically said that Count Dankula's Libertarian Party has the top priority of lowering the age of consent in his country. Now, I don't know about, but Dankula into that. You might have parsed that strangely, but I have in all of my talks with Count Dankula, he's never come across as that type of libertarian. I can't imagine that he actually supports that. I don't think he does. Thanks for all the donations, though, guys. It's very generous. And there was one more thing I wanted to announce before we got to all the stuff. Have you guys seen that like old movie, The Stuff, where the black man's head explodes because he ate too much ice cream? It was a good movie. Dakota, $5. Like I said, let me know what that package runs you, and I can cover it if you like. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll cover it. It's okay. It should be fine. Fuck, there was something else I wanted to cover. Like something like an announcement about the channel, like something I was doing. Can't remember. I can't fucking remember. Shit. It's like out of my head. Dank's not an ANCAP or an ANCOM, so no. Here, let me just adjust my chair. Mindcamp server. Dankula is more the having sex with traps is the straightest thing kind of libertarian. I guess, huh? Listen, my only crack is coffee. Though I guess like cocaine and caffeine, they have like a common origin, don't they? Reading Hop changed him as it did me. Here's the thing. Reading Hop didn't really, or Hoppe, I guess, didn't really change me. I understood some of his points. There were some good points in there. But ultimately, I find a lot of these heterodox writers to be not useful, but not like I should follow their ideology, you know? So I read Hoppe. I read like the postmodernists way back in the day, and they're also heterodox. I've checked out I recently went through Moldbug's Open Letter to Open-Minded Progressives, and basically like all of these philosophies that exist outside of normal liberalism and normal conservatism, they even the fascist thinkers too, they all have like good critiques of liberal democracy that as liberals we should definitely look at and definitely be mindful of. They're good critiques. And to say, oh, a fascist wrote that, you can't, it's like, no, shut the fuck up, all right? Be smarter. Understand that an idea is a good idea regardless of its source. But at the same time, even though they have, like, you can say, okay, fair point, their solutions to these problems all seem to be utter dog shit. All of them. Like the socialists, the fascists, the ANCAPs, whoever the fuck, they all have like dog shit solutions. And it seems to be the case that like modern liberal democracy, warts and all, is still the best system that we've discovered so far. So I think as liberals we should like be mindful of these critiques and see if we can take what works and discard what doesn't. But this idea that we should completely abandon liberalism wholesale, I don't buy it. And the more that I read critiques of liberalism, the less I buy it, because I'm like, oh, okay, I think liberalism can fix this without actually resorting to tearing down the whole thing. The next on my reading list is going to be, I'm going to read through Evola's main works in Academic Agent's preferred order that he posted on his channel like a year or two ago, because I find Evola interesting. I read Revolt Against the Modern World, and I didn't quite understand it, and I felt like there was something I was missing. And I think if I read through basically his core stuff, I can probably get it, because Revolt was like his magnum opus, and you needed like all the foundation before that to really get it. But even that, I still have a feeling that I'm not going to be like, okay, I'm going to be like a diehard Evolaist or something after this. I have like a certain set of core life experiences that my morality is downstream from, and then my politics are downstream from that. So I don't think that like reading these theorists are going to change my views that much anymore. You know, I think I'm pretty set in my ways at this point. Damn, good coffee. Incitement to violence should be legalized because some what the fuck, blood on the blade, Jesus, what the fuck is this super chat? Some people deserve it. I don't agree. All right, I don't fucking agree. Jesus. Argyle, $2. TF2 Marismus took my wife. I'm sorry about your wife, dude. TF2 server soon though. TF2 server soon. Morality is downstream from power. Hard disagree. Hard disagree. I'm drinking mocha coffee. In fact, Academic Agent and I had a great back and forth on Twitter about this. Okay, and I think it's actually kind of important to look at it. So I'll pull this up before we get going. Okay. Wait, can I find it even? Scrolling. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's see if we can actually have a bit of fun with this. Oh, Rift Person, thank you. If you ever get to be on the Lotus Eaters, I mean to put you and Connor in the same room and see what happens. Who's Connor on the Lotus Eaters again? Let me look it up. Connor, Lotus Eaters. I don't watch enough Lotus Eaters to know what Connor's specific deal is. I know Sargon and Callum, obviously. I know a fair bit about Leo at this point, I think, but I don't know everyone. Thank you for joining the D Club, though, Rift member. Or, sorry, Rift person. Rusta, $2. We're gonna check a video. I explained it earlier, goddammit. But thank you. Thank you for the $2. Okay. Okay, so basically, here, let's see if I can explain this, okay? Here. Let me just pull this up here real quick. I've quickly grabbed the tweet. And here it is. This is, that's the live streaming tab. Okay. This is some guy who's trying to tell, who's trying to, like, make the claim that AA is a fascist, okay? And AA said, well, listen, fascism is unique to the time period. It's unique to Italy, unique to the time period from the end of the First World War to the end of the Second World War. That's like 90% correct, so I'm not going to quibble over the differences, but pretty much correct. You know, the fascists later on, like Hitler was like the beginning of the neo-fascist period, and Mussolini was different from Hitler. Okay, but Um, he says this guy is like, I don't see where your views diverge from fascism. I don't understand it. And so your explanation that it's tied to a specific period requires you to hold power. It doesn't make sense. And then I jumped in and I said, when I read all the books that I read for the video, basically I was just kind of shit posting here a little bit, but like there's truth in this. I was just kind of goofing around on Twitter. The idea is basically that fascist political theory has changed quite a bit, and you cannot, for example, call Academic Agent a classical fascist. All right, you can't. He is not that. And even if you decided to look at everything that AA believes and you think that he's like a modern fascist, even if you think that, he's not a classical fascist, because ideologies change. The socialism of 200 years ago is not the socialism of today. Same with the liberalism of 200 years ago. These things change and develop. And then this guy, who is a viewer of mine, asks for a longer video on post-fascism and neo-reaction. He's currently falling through the cracks and having issues finding compelling counter-arguments. I'll probably make this video eventually. But AA's response is to reject ideology. The whole reject ideology thing is like Sargon's on the reject ideology camp as well, right? There's problems with it though, and here's my problem basically. I say ideologies are theoretical. If they don't map onto reality and you are ideological, you will keep making the same mistakes over and over. This is the automaton who spouts. Real communism has never been tried when you point out its practical failures. So that's the limitation of ideology, right? To be against ideology means that you are flexible. You take what works, discard what doesn't, fair enough. But principles are also theoretical. The reason hypocrisy is immoral is because we do expect some kind of consistent morality to be a part of the conversation. So if you're fully against ideology because it is theoretical and not practical, that leads you to the Vosh endpoint, where Vosh says, I don't care about principles, I just care about winning, right? That is the ultimate anti-ideological stance, is when you have no values, no morals, you only care about obtaining power by any path, all right? And that's why Vosh is so distasteful, because he's too far in the other direction, where he is at the point where he's so flexible that there's no foundation for what he believes, all right? And that's also a problem. And so AA replies with, friend good, enemy bad. Friend do good things, enemy does bad things. And this is Carl Schmitt's friend-enemy distinction. Carl Schmitt basically outlined, he had an essay, a very famous essay called The Concert of the Political. He was a political theorist during the Nazi Germany period, and after the war he moved to Francoist Spain and continued writing fascist political theory in Spain. He basically described politics as being a disconnected value set from economics and aesthetics and everything else. So the idea is basically that, okay, let's say you have a moral person, right? Well, what is positive morality? It's good. What is negative morality? It's evil. Okay. Let's say you have economics, okay? What is positive economics? Well, that's being profitable. What is negative economics? That's being unprofitable. Okay? Let's say you have aesthetics. What is positive aesthetics? That's beauty. What is negative aesthetics? That's ugliness. And what you'll notice is that all of these are a scale, and all of them are disconnected. So you can be a good person who is ugly and unprofitable. You can be an evil person who is beautiful and profitable. These are just because you're positive in one scale does not mean that you're positive in all of them. They are disconnected scales. So Carl Schmitt makes the point that for politics, the distinction is friend and enemy. And so you can have a friend who is evil and ugly and unprofitable, and you can have an enemy who is good and profitable and beautiful. And these are different value sets, all right? These are different measurements of what you are that are disconnected from each other. So it does not matter that your friend is evil. What matters is that he is your friend. So this is like the ultimate justification for tribalism, right? And this is when I point out to him, I don't fully agree. When my friend does bad things, he stops being my friend. And then Academic Agent says, then he becomes your enemy, so there's no issue. And then I say, sure, but his status as friend or enemy is dependent on him doing the good or bad things. The morals play a role here. It's not just tribalism. And he said he's going to think about this. So basically, the point of view that I'm coming at this is that You can't be purely anti-ideology. You can't simply view morality, view values as a post hoc justification for your use of power after you've acquired it. That's a mainstream view for the people who are like anti-ideology, like the hyper realists. That's a normal view for them, but I think it's fundamentally incorrect because, as I say here, his status as friend or enemy is dependent on him doing good or bad things. So the morals do play a role here. It's not just power. The power may justify the morals, but the morals also justify the power. It's not this one-way street where power is the ultimate calculation of everything. Morality still has a place in the calculations. And sometimes it is better to lose a friend because he is doing something that is too immoral for you. Because the morality matters, not just the power. And so I'm sure this conversation will continue. I'm not sure how much Academic Agent actually likes me, to be honest. But it's interesting to think about, at least, you know? Dev is so smart. No, I'm like a fucking retard, guys. Don't worry about that. the weekly sip will become this is what I tweeted. Oh, yeah. Was that a secret that Roland Rat is Academic Agent? Yeah. Academic Agent is still evolving and finding his own philosophy? Yeah, I think so. I have a copy of his book, The Populist Delusion. Where is it? Hold on. Okay, is it up here? Let's see here. Yeah, I've got his book here on the bookshelf. 2016 presidential campaign of Donald Trump unleashed a wave of populism not seen in America since the Nixon era, which carried him in the presidency. Yeah. And he goes over Mosca Perito, Michael Schmidt, Jovenel, Burnham, Francis, and Gottfried. I've read some Perito, some Schmidt, and some Burnham. The others I have no idea who they are. So I guess I'll have to read this. I'll have to read this one of these days. You know what I mean? One day. One day. Oh. Hold on. Here, give me a second, guys. There's a puddle in my hallway. I gotta go see if like something's broken in the washroom. Okay, I'll be back. Oh, wow. Hold on, guys. Jesus. Fuck. Dude, there's water coming through my ceiling. Okay, I, I don't know what to do about this. This isn't like oh, the pipe's like busted and I can fix a broken pipe. I think I have to go. Oh, okay. Listen. I'll see. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gee, fuck. It's coming from okay, so it's not raining, but everything's melting on top of the house right now because of the snow, right? It's there the room behind the living room that is like a storage room. It holds all the it holds some computers. It holds costumes for SF4 Arcade, and it has like some other storage in there too. There's a room behind the green screen studio in the house on the top floor. I'm on the top floor of the house, and it's like a steep the ceiling's a steep roof, and it's coming in through the corner, and it's like it basically it filled the green screen studio with like an inch of water. Um, it's pretty fucked. Yep. Weekly drip. Yeah, I'm gonna get a bucket. I'm gonna probably call my landlord. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Sorry. Bye.